Yo, Novatos, thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast yet again. Let me just get this all set up. So, anyways, this is after the event. The event at Eagle's Nest, Harley Davidson. It was a good day, Got to test ride a lot of bikes, a lot of beautiful bikes. As you can see in the video, plenty of bikes out there available. And overall, it was great. People were just wondering, hey, how did you know about this event? One of my viewers on Instagram sent me a message and told me about the event. That's how I know about it. I don't know, for some reason you can't find the scheduling, the events. I tried finding this stuff online and there's just no information. So you could go to your dealership and ask them when they're expected to have the demo truck visit their location or their dealer. So you could do that, or you could follow these dealers on social media. That's how I guess my viewer found out about it. So anyways, he reached out to me and told me, hey, heads up, they're going to be here from Friday to Sunday at certain times. So that's how I knew about it. And before the other events, pretty much the same thing, following them on IG, following them, they even posted it on Facebook as well. If you're on Facebook and you follow some of these pages, then you would also find out that way too. So I mean, it just depends. Sometimes they post this information and sometimes they don't. I'm also subscribed to a newsletter for Harley Davidson. So sometimes they'll reach out to me and they'll tell me, this is how you could schedule one of these events. So what do you need at these demo events? You just need, last year they were requiring you to have a helmet. I think with this year, I think they're easing off of some of those restrictions. So I don't know. They were providing people helmets at this event. They had rentals, or they had helmets to kind of give out. So they were giving people out helmets at this event. But normally you would have to have at least, based off of, most of the requirements, you would have to have, gloves. They've also said, a jacket, but a lot of these events, they don't even care. I remember last year there was a couple guys with just a t-shirt, and as long as you have the helmet, they'll let you ride the bikes. But anyways, based off of the requirements that they usually put, footwear, gloves, a jacket, and of course the helmet. So if you're out there, just in case, bring those things with you to these events. Normally bring your license. That's the one thing that you are going to need 100% of the time, is your license, an endorsement of M1 license. So that's pretty much all you need. You just visit, you go straight to the booth or to the tent or whatever they're holding, like a tablet and a table. Just go there and you provide the necessary information, which is your license. You provide them phone number and the your email, and then you agree to the terms of service and stuff like that. I didn't read none of this stuff. I don't even know what's in it. I just said yes. And of course, they have a few questions there. Do you own a Harley? Do you plan on buying a Harley? Do you plan on buying a bike anytime soon? How long have you been riding? So those are the basic questions. People were also wondering, hey, are they hounding you? Are they harassing you on buying a bike? The demo truck is corporate. It's Harley Davidson. It's not the dealership. The sales guys are there, but they don't really, I guess they're not getting in between the demo days events and yourself. So as far as being harassed or anything like that, I haven't experienced any of that at all from any of the demo events. Mainly they just want you test riding these bikes. That's it. I mean, there's nothing else. Harley Davidson, and the dealership, I guess they will reach out to you. Typically within like 2 weeks, I started getting phone calls and I started getting emails about 2 weeks after the whole demo event. And throughout the last couple years, I still get messages or emails through some of these dealers. So I still get emails from from Spirit Motorcycle, and that's my local dealer here. A couple other dealers here, in my area. I still get emails about offers and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. It's just mainly just spam mail. And I do get a couple phone calls But it is what it is. I mean, you're going to these events, they're eventually going to contact you after. So it's not anything about, you know, getting harassed or anything like that at these events. It's just enjoy the rides. The way that it's planned, and basically, you know, you sign up, and then there's almost an order. There's like a turn-based thing there as well. So if someone's waiting for a bike or someone's already scheduled to ride a bike, you can't put a bike on hold. It's more about, you know, if it's available, you jump on it, great. And if you want to get on a specific bike, then you would have to wait for it. So a lot of the rides that I went on, like the limited, the heavier bikes, the touring bikes, mainly the limited, you know, the Geezer Glide. I think the reason why I got on that bike is because I pretty much ridden everything, and I really wanted to get on the ST. So it wasn't available, and I wasn't going to wait, you know, 10 minutes. So I just kept on jumping on bikes, kept on getting on different bikes, and that's how I kind of ended up on the Road Glide Limited, even though it wasn't one of my bikes that I had any interest in. But like I said, I just didn't want to wait for it. The only bike I really waited for was the Sportster S. I mean, there's a few models that were at the event that were very popular. The Lowrider S was one of those that had, you know, 2 to 3 people waiting for it. I think the Sportster S was another popular one, and the Pan America, that was really popular. Those bikes were the 3 bikes that, you know, people were waiting on, and it wasn't like a long wait. You know, if you guys see my videos, most of my test rides were done in about, you know, 10 minutes or so, depending on how fast I was going on the freeway. Most of the bikes it did, you know, get up there in the speed. So overall, the event was great. I mean, anything else? The event coordinator, he was super cool. Rick, he was a good guy. He was trying to, you know, get everybody situated on the bikes. He was trying to be fair with new riders, the people that haven't ridden anything. I've, you know, noticed where people were coming up and they haven't ridden a bike all day. They got priority over some of the bikes. So if you're one of those guys that been there for, like myself, that's been there all morning, then you would actually have to take a back seat. And I think that didn't rub some people the right way, because, you know, some of these people were waiting for a specific model, but, you know, it is what it is. I think most dealers, most demo events do that. You know, if you've been there multiple times, you've been there all day, and somebody came over, someone that hasn't ridden anything at all, they get first dibs. So that's a common practice at these demo events. So it is what it is. There was another fella there that's been there. I think he was there multiple days. Somebody else, he was there on, I believe, Saturday, and then he was there again on Sunday. That's when I went on Sunday, because of course I have, you know, I'm taking care of my family, and we're all still dealing with this illness. So I really wanted to get out there on Friday, and, you know, wanted to get out there on you know, the whole weekend, because it's always fun at these events. They also had, you know, lunch. They had a food truck. You know, overall it was a great event. You know, a great, you know, time for everybody. People were there hanging out. I mean, they had multiple different bikes. Overall it was a fantastic demo day. So I hope that answers a lot of you guys' questions. You know, grading wise, A+, like always. All right, my baby just woke up from his nap, and he's not in a good mood. But anyways, the overall event, like I said, it was great. The biggest surprise from the event was the Fat Boy. I don't know, maybe it's a combination of both, the throttle being in a different angle, I think, and the big fat tire in the rear. Maybe that's what it was. But man, the Fat Boy, that was, you know, one of the biggest surprises, because it's the same frame, it's the same 114, it's the same engine, everything. It's all the same. It's just, that was one of the bigger surprises, because I was expecting it to handle just like the other bikes. And one of the other, I guess, you know, biggest surprise was of course the Sportster S. That thing is a complete beast. You know, it handles amazing. It has good torque. It has good power. I would, you know, compare that kind of to the Chief Dark Horse on the riding modes. You know, when you have it in sport mode, it, you know, completely takes you from surprise. You know, it's just a drastic change of performance and a feel of the bike when it comes to the riding modes. It's a complete 180 on the way these bikes perform and they handle. So it's just something that I wanted to see for the 2022s and the Softails. I wanted to see a little bit more riding modes. And you ¿Qué traes pues, chiquillo enfadoso? So where was I? The riding modes. Yes, of course. I mean, the biggest surprise were, of course, those models. And like I was saying, I mean, they haven't really changed much in the 2022s. They're pretty much still the same bike. And I think, the only biggest change was the Lowrider S, the 117, and the cruise control. But like I've said in multiple videos before, that should have been standard since 2020. A lot of people were talking about how it should have had the cruise control and it should have had the 117 from the get-go, because the FX DLS had the 110, and I believe it also had the cruise control. So just something that I think Harley just probably did on purpose. You know, it's a common practice for Harley to make these bikes incomplete. Like you guys see in that meme, I keep on bringing up Harley Davidson as a t-shirt company that sells unfinished bikes. And that's pretty much the truth with most of these models. They lack power, and it's just the Harley tax. Harley knows that people buy these stage kits, these stage 3, stage 4s, these engine kits, the 124, the 131, and stuff like that. So here, hold on, let me see if I could put this kid somewhere else. I don't think it is here. Huh? I mean, it was fantastic. So anyways, you guys, if you guys have any other questions, leave your questions down below. If you have anything to comment on or any feedback, go ahead and share that feedback in the comment section. I'm trying to get to these comments. I uploaded a ton of videos, so it's going to take me a minute to get back to some of these comments. So anyways, just stay out there, stay safe, don't believe everything you read, life's a risk, get out there and ride. Later.